Hello, my name is Brianna, and this is your lesson for today. I have you down as your last lesson in working on the song Lightly Roll in the older beginner piano course by James Bastian. Great book. So this is page 18. One of the things that I noticed here is we're being introduced to ties and quarter note and whole note rests. So I hope you're doing all right with that. One of the things that I noticed with this piece a lot, especially in the left hand, is when do I lift my hands dealing with these half notes and then having a half note rest, going back to the G7 or 5/7 half note rest. So what I'll do is I'll play it once so you can see what it looks like and how I lift my hands, and then we'll go over that particularly, okay? All right. Lightly roll. This is 4/4 time C major. I'm actually gonna just kind of curve it. Okay. Right hand, left hand, all right. So when I have that in my left hand and I'm looking particularly at this C, E, and G chord structure, okay? When I have that in my left hand, I want to make sure that I know what's coming up next. The first thing I do is I look at the piece and I see my left hand. I separate my left hand. My right hand has a melody that's familiar by now. My left hand needs to know when to release, okay? So I got a C. So what I do is I count. 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, rest, rest. That's how I know when I need to release my C note chord. Now, if you notice in the right hand, lightly roll. On roll, that's where I should be lifting my hand, okay? Lightly roll, lightly roll. So that's what, so we don't hold it down too long, which will be in time. Now, continuing, I have a whole note C chord tied to another whole note, indicating that I will be holding that down for a total of 8 beats. So what do? If I can sustain it for as long as I can, that's great. I'm gonna have to play it a little bit louder so that it will last the full 8 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Now I'm continuing. If I continue with the second stanza or with my 5th measure, I can continue with that, okay? I'm going to assume that you have this one, so I'm going to move on to the next page when the saints go marching in. So here, another weird tie and rest situation especially. I'm going to play it once and then play the first 2 stanzas. This is a stanza, and this is a second stanza, okay? Actually, let me just move it up just a touch so that you can see the entire hand. Play. Okay? Okay, so that's the first 2 stanzas. This one is not particularly hard if you can get it in your ear, but they are specifying that there are rests here that we really have to pay attention to, especially seeing that saints in the right hand comes before the chords. You have this right hand coming in, then the left hand, and also remembering to release right at the end. So this is something that we'll be looking forward to, working with dotted half notes, upbeats, and looking at the repeat sign, because this is the first time that you actually have a repeat sign in this book, which means to repeat the song from the very beginning of the piece. Hope you're having a good one, and take care.